I feel like
In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy.
A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that made him a legend. Done with battles, he once...
Before you even learned to spell your name!
I was being trained to conquer galaxies! Yeah, everyone knows.
Okay, so this is about Navi.
It's either
He's
about
looking for
Navi,
Navi,
or it's actually about his own lost sense of worth.
Okay.
Because
but Navi leaves at the end, right?
Yeah, either he dies or Navi dies, and he's coming to terms with that fact through this.
I'd rather think that Navi died, because the fact that Link died would be very upsetting to me. So let's just not ever think about that. This is actually pretty good. I'm drinking this organic ginger beer. And I had this other one that was like really gingery, and essentially like I could throw it on sushi and that would make it taste better, sort of thing. But this is a nice sort of milder one.
Dun, 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 dee.
This game blew my mind when it came out.
It was pretty rad. I remember Ocarina of Time, when we played it, we were like, this is the pinnacle of graphics, and this is like real life. Like Zach and I looked at each other and we were like, we're playing real life.
So Tal and Tail are different, obviously, but the horse is Epona, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because we go get her later.
Yeah.
Okay. Spencer and I've already explained that I didn't play very much of this game.
Yeah, she mainly played like the town stuff, and just kind of.
And this is the kid we meet, like, in Ocarina of Time.
In Ocarina of Time, he's the one that... There's 3 that you see in total. Mm-hmm. The one to the left, who's on a big pedestal, and you teach him Saria's song, and he's like, oh, hey, you know Saria, let's be friends. Mm-hmm. And then on the other side, there's 2 of them that they jam with you.
Okay.
And you get pieces of heart from both of them. But this is everyone's favorite trickster. I'm really disappointed that the Hyrule Warriors DLC for Majora's Mask has Tingle instead of Skull Kid. It's just like the worst decision.
The most epic troll, though.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask? You wanted Skull Kid? Too bad. You get Tingle, the 35-year-old wannabe fairy. I'm a beer.
It's weird because like he doesn't even want to be a Kokiri. He wants to be a fairy, but he dresses like a Kokiri.
Yeah. So he can't. Yeah.
He's just so confused.
Yeah. Well, like Link wears green because he has to.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he was also raised by Kokiri, so it's kind of like, well.
One of the games gives the reason why he always wears green.
Well, in Hyrule Warriors too, they're just like, now he has to wear green.
Yeah, they were like, oh, it's the garment of the hero.
Yeah. Skull Kid's such a douche.
I think it was in... I can't remember which one. It was one of the less exciting ones, but I know in Wind Waker they make a big deal out of you getting your green clothing, because it's like, you're a warrior now, or like a fisherman or something. Listen to the music! He's getting away with your horse. Aren't you upset?
But there's bushes to fry. There's no time limit, right?
Yeah, the whole game is about time limits. Are you kidding?
Well, there's no time limit right now. I hate time limits, so this is the only part of the game that doesn't upset me.
There's plenty of times where you actually aren't under a time restraint.
Well,
they just don't last very long.
With the slow down time song, I really like... this game actually never upset me. And the fact that I can always go back in time. You know, like some things, you have to do in one go or whatever, right? But it's like the temples, and that's not too hard, right? Like, they give you lots of time.
I remember when we played this part, and like jump, and he
automatically jumps.
Yeah, I know, jump. He does these.
Oh, yeah.
And like they deliberately set this up to show off all the special jumps that he's capable of doing. And we were like, ooh, he's acrobatic now.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, he's like me. I do that when I almost crash into someone at work.
And find out just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Hey, Ocarina.
So he's dead.
Clock, Goron. What was that purple thing? What's the purple one?
I wonder if like this is almost just like more of a dream or an amalgamation of like Because it is characters from...
Yeah, characters that he's met in the past.
Yeah.
That are, like, kind of hyper-contextualized.
Yeah.
Like, the guy who sold masks is now the traveling mask salesman.
Yeah.
The mischievous Skull Kid is now a deity form Skull Kid monster.
Just, I want to take a second to say that this face is what you thought was, like, realistic.
Yes, that's real life right there. It's true to life.
I love that little blink.
Yeah, he's got like a flicker on his eye. Actually, I was looking at our Mario 64 footage.
Yeah.
And I noticed that he was in the air, I think, as a star was forming.
Yeah.
And he was like frozen mid-jump, but he was blinking. I thought it was funny.
So do we want to avoid, like, spoilers about this game, or everybody watching should know? Like, they should have fucking better known better, sort of thing.
Everybody in the world, in fact, already knows everything about everything.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about that. And that being said, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, there's the part coming up, you know?
Yeah, okay. We'll just... Because, like, again, like, I know everything for the most part, but I'd still like to sort of experience things. It. Oh, God. Mm-hmm. So it was just for that waviness that they needed the extra graphics?
Yeah, essentially the motion blurring and maybe a couple of bigger functions. I don't know.
Majora's Mask did it first. Twilight Princess sucks.
What, transforming it into something else? Well, in Ocarina of Time, he transforms into an adult.
That's what every human does ever, though.
In Link to the Past, he transforms into a rabbit.
Okay. And he shrinks in Minish Cap.
Transformations have been a big part of it. I don't like the wolf transformation. It's like, it's okay once you get used to it. I don't like it that much in general because it has really bad controls. I always find, like, for the cliff parts, I find I'm falling off just because, like, he hops too much. He kind of gets, like, frozen on a hop direction and you can't, like, change it.
Well, it's also weird because it's, like, for the N64, like, this was pretty polished, like, relatively speaking. Like, the controls are down pretty well. They have, like, camera is okay and everything like that, right? Mm-hmm. But for GameCube, it didn't seem to make any more leaps and bounds.
Well, they changed it from Z targeting as your only source of control over the camera.
It always creeped me out that these would run away from you.
Yeah.
Why do they do that?
Why not? Later on, that's where the Keaton spawns. Is in the moving bushes.
Really?
Yeah.
I love how cute.
But Wind Waker had the C-stick, so you could control the camera besides using Z targeting. Mm-hmm. So it changed up the way that you kind of do stuff a little bit.
I guess it feels like Wind Waker was a little bit more, like, they had a little bit more ingenuity, like, than Twilight Princess.
I don't know. I find Wind Waker to be the most boring game besides Spirit Tracks.
But the grandma. Naked grandma.
No. Get it? Tattletale? Like they're...
Aww, I never get that.
You never knew that?
I would always say tail and tattle. I would never say it the other way around.
Yeah, tattletale. That's like telling you something.
Oh.
Same how Navi is navigator.
And proxy is the...
Yeah.
Like,
by proxy.
by proxy.
Yeah. You have to hold it. Ding dong, ding dong. I can tell you're not used to being a different species yet.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that no is the default.
Yeah. Well, they change it up on you too, right? Like, that's the whole thing about Kepora Gebora, the owl. They, like, fuck with you. I just know that there's a couple of the jumps with those flowers where if you don't time them properly, like, if you just have to, like, ram on it. I think you have to move.
Oh,
you can move.
I'm sorry.
Were you waiting?
I thought there might have been a cutscene or something, because that's what happened every single time.
So apparently, I don't know if it actually makes a difference to the combat. I know they're changing a few things in the 3DS version.
Okay.
One of them seems to be that they've added an eyeball to all the bosses. Like
Seriously?
the typical Legend of Zelda eyeball.
Oh my god, why?
And that, because they wanted to, like, because they felt that the characters of the bosses, that's your shield. You put a nut over your body. The characters of the bosses were supposed to be masked, but people were seeing the masks as their face. Right? So, like,
yeah.
Odalawa The first
Do I go
boss.
over there?
Yeah, over to that one. He's like a big, essentially just a big man, right? And the mask is his face, but you take the mask off when you kill him, right? So they decided to put an eyeball behind it to be like, this is his true self or something.
Huh.
And just go for it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I don't know what it... That's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen what Georg or Goat are going to look like. So I don't know if it's that consistent, but...
They're so lucky that he turned out to be pretty cute and beloved, eh? Like
Who,
in this?
Link?
Well, no, like as a Deku.
Oh, I see. You mean how he could have been seen as really creepy?
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah, it's sad. You know about this, right?
No.
You don't know about this?
Is this you?
This is... Okay, so every time you get a new mask, you take it from... Like, masks are spawned out of someone who's healed.
Yeah.
Their spirit is healed, right?
Okay.
Um,
Whoa. So for this.
So sometimes if someone's dying but they can't move on, the mask is spawned from healing their soul as it moves on into death.
Okay.
And that was the Deku Scrub that has become you. Like its spirit was lingering, and the Majora's Mask put it into you, and then you get it healed to get it taken off. It's pretty interesting.
This area like crazy.
Yeah, because you're like, as soon as I step through that door, I like nothing about this is relevant anymore, kind of thing.
I will say that the mood of this is a lot more prevalent than like in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
like, this is a very
mood and well, atmosphere, but like Ocarina of Time was good with atmosphere because they kind of like made everything dark and.
I'm getting this as a tattoo, man.
Yeah.
I just want it like either on my wrist or like just below my elbow. Just the quote in like a little dialogue box. And I'm kind of toying with the idea of it actually having a black background now. It's kind of growing on me.
Well, it's a good idea.
It's just the white won't stand. I don't know. I kind of just want it to be like really like the text to just stand out and have it be simple. And it's cheaper also to do it that way.
Mm. You can have it sideways.
I don't want it to take up a lot of space though.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's just for me. I think that's the thing, like, for tattoos, like, the biggest thing is that it has to be for you. Same with, like, all art, right? Like, never make it so that it's like, oh, this is a statement I'm making, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, that's permanently on your fucking body. Like, it better mean something to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and obviously people get tattoos for whatever reasons. Fine.
For whatever reason. If you have a lot of tattoos, I think it's okay at that point where you're like, well, I'll have one that looks cool, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, then it becomes, like, a thing where tattooing is sort of,
Oh, he's so great.
like a multitude of reasons. And it's okay for one of your tattoos to be like, I wanted a cool tattoo. But, like, I think it's important for tattoos to have meaning.
Yeah. I think also just because they are expensive, like, unless you have a friend who tattoos and stuff like that, where it's, like, a little bit easier to just sort of be
Oh,
like,
God, his crotch.